back. It's me, Brittany Hislop with Here, Let Me Help You. Okay, one of these has to be good. If not, I'm literally gonna die. Okay, bye. Hey.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome back to Here, Let Me Help You.
Let us help.
You. Sorry, I didn't know.
No, that was it. Just let us help.
Let us help. Why didn't you bring the chocolate over here, babe?
Because trying to watch my figure.
Okay, fine.
But it's not going to sit over there the whole
This
time.
episode today is brought to you by Mally's Chocolates.
O'Malley's Chocolates.
I don't think that's the jingle, but I'm telling you right now that if you are from Cleveland, or if you've ever been to Cleveland, or even if you have a distant relative that lives in Cleveland, you may have heard of Mally's Chocolates, or you should have. It's the most amazing chocolate on the planet, and they actually have a tour you can do at the factory, so you should check that out. Our pretzel crunch bars are the favorite. You should just grab it. They can't see it, babe. You have to bring it over.
Obviously, that's why I was just pointing
bring
it
it
off
over.
camera.
Show the people.
It's stage left, okay?
Stage left. Show the people, just because it's free ad space till it's not free. So, Mally's, shout out. We love you. Pretzel crunch, it's our favorite. We buy in bulk, so send us some care packages if you so please.
All right, let me get back on this bed.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
We're just gonna keep this as like our safety chocolate. I'm a little nervous for this episode.
Safety chocolate.
I'm not nervous. I just don't like, teaching. And today's an episode about learning. A learning episode. But TikTok's banned. It's official, you guys. That's the biggest news of the week, of the day. Hallelujah. You're mad, Ryan. You were on TikTok before I was.
I'm not mad.
When did you get on TikTok? When did you download the app?
I don't remember. I downloaded it, then I deleted it, and then you downloaded it,
and then deleted it,
and I re-downloaded it. Yeah, then you deleted it.
I got addicted, and then I deleted it because I didn't post anything on there. I was just I was just a consumer. I was just watching tons
and then
of
you
people.
started sending me all these new TikTok videos, and I was like, I don't watch any of this because I don't have the app. You're like, you gotta get the app again.
Well, because people were sending me stuff, and then sometimes it would be like a cross, or they'd send it to me on Instagram, but then I'd have to have the app to watch. I used it,
and I enjoyed, laughing at the funny videos, but that's on Instagram or Facebook Reels and all that.
Yeah, it generally got posted to TikTok first, but then later on Instagram would get it, but then I felt like everyone was just started double posting everything everywhere.
Now there's Clapper. Everyone's going to Red Note. Everything's you find the same shit.
I refuse to go to Red Note because I don't want to be signed up for I told Brian I'm not signing the terms and conditions to be signed into the Chinese army like the freaking South Park episode.
Yeah, that would.
That's my biggest fear about that app.
That would not.
Everything's in Chinese.
Sweet.
Babe.
That one video you showed me though was really funny.
The one was of the subtitles?
Yeah.
Put some Chinese subtitles.
Put some Chinese subtitles on your video.
Was so funny.
We all can understand your English, but this is a Chinese space because...
Your accent, babe. You're so great.
Yeah. Yeah, we understand English because we're smart. Yeah, we're smart and you're dumb. But be respectful and put some Chinese subtitles on my video.
Oh my gosh, that was so gold. Yeah, I love that. I mean, it's been entertainment. It felt like literally, like I said, the end of the world vibes on TikTok.
And you think Trump's gonna save it?
I do think Trump's gonna save it. I think he likes to be the hero. He's gonna want to save it for the Gen Zers.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I mean, either way, he'll
save it if Elon Musk buys it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the next cool thing, honestly. Like, I'm desperate. I was on Snapchat. I was going to download that. I haven't downloaded it, re-downloaded it yet. But
Snapchat?
Yeah, I mean, I love YouTube.
I didn't even know that was still a thing.
YouTube's my jam. It's where I'm planning on heading to do most of my stuff. Obviously, I'm here right now, but
YouTube is the jam.
It's where I can monetize the most, and I love doing editing and stuff, and so check out our new vlogs. Ryan and I worked diligently on that last night. I
didn't work on it.
Well, I had him sit there and watch me do the intro and the outro because I have to be a professional YouTuber now. TikTok, honestly, was a beast, and I was sick of it anyways. Like, I give people props who were doing TikTok from the beginning and, like, built, like, 1 million followers because I guess in the beginning when it was easier... It's not exhausting. It's just, now
coming up with a new video or something funny every day.
Oh, well, that just depends
on your TikTok.
I guess it depends
every day
on your content. I don't know.
New stuff every day.
I mean, you can literally that was what was so fun about TikTok is you could literally post anything. Like you could post quite literally anything about your day. You could be like driving in the car and just talk about burritos. I mean, like it didn't matter. And like
as long as you were funny.
Yeah, or not even that. It could be people just wanted to watch you
wanted to hear about your burritos.
Yeah, some random reason. It was just very interesting and it was kind of cool, the community. And like you can go on there and vent and laugh and like people were crying on there, dancing, cooking.
So much weird stuff.
If I wanted to search any sort of information, I would just go in there and just search it, book talk.
I would always catch myself like watching videos like, why am I watching this dumb shit? Like I just get like sucked in. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen, and why am I watching?
And Ryan never really like
I never liked anything.
Yeah, so his algorithm was
super random.
Weird.
You get everything and all around. And I liked it like that though. I didn't like it like, oh, here's all these sports videos or gun videos or only.
That's like my YouTube shorts right now. It's so weird. I don't even go
like
on
I get like Asian people eating a shit ton of food, and it's like
I've never seen those types of videos. Everyone says
and they have like 6 plates of food in front of them. They're mounded up, and then they just eat it all in like 3 minutes. And I'm like, ew, dude.
Yeah, in the beginning, mine was literally all like get ready with me's makeup, selling me stuff, clothes, all types of stuff. And I was like, this is toxic. I gotta get off this app. But then I started finding people that were really funny, like good creators, and it made me like it.
There are lots of funny
So
people.
I'm a little sad, long story short, but now I'm just trail running Instagram. I'm gonna make my here, let me help you stories like my TikTok. Because I feel like it's a safe space because there's no one there. There's 200 followers and the people that are there are either like bots or my friends. So like
on YouTube Shorts, I thought you said Instagram.
No, on
stories.
Yeah, my Instagram stories, but not on my main account, like my one. But my here, let me help you. It only has like 200 followers or whatever. So I feel like if I post on there, I mean, if it gains a following, then it might be more scary. But like, it's a place where you can kind of start something new. And like, I've always liked to talk on Instagram, but we had started doing that a while back, and then we just stopped because it was like weird. But now it's not weird for me at all. I'm gonna like on my warpath to be.
I never
all
talk
over
on
the
any
internet.
social medias.
So now I'm just like, screw it. I'm just going to start talking and annoying the shit out of people. And if you don't want to watch it, hit next. I'm not even putting captions on there. If you want to listen, turn up the volume. Like, I'm not going to do the work to edit the captions. No. Like, no. Just, if you want to hear what I have to say, you're going to listen. And if you don't want to hear what I have to say, you're not. And I'm not going to make a edited reel to do it unless, like, Instagram turns into TikTok. Then I might. But, like, I just feel like
trying to, right?
Well, it seems like it the way the platform has transitioned, but
that's just updated.
Yeah, so we'll see how that all turns out. But you said there's also a meme coin that was made, right?
Yeah, rip TikTok, but it rugged.
Oh, already?
Oh yeah. It
rip
wasn't.
TikTok?
There was a lot of them.
Oh, well, don't invest in that one.
Yeah, no, it's dead. Well, I mean, maybe, but if you want to try and bring it back alive, but it's dead. But there's a bunch of other ones out there. There's one that saved TikTok, which was probably the one.
Save TikTok?
Yeah. And then there was one that said, rest in peace, TikTok. I'm going to have some of this chocolate.
Oh, man. That's so fun.
I didn't pick the save TikTok.
It's
I picked the rest in peace TikTok.
It's an interesting day in history, to say the least.
I lost
$300. I'm sorry, babe.
It's okay.
You know, you got to just...
That's showbiz, baby.
Gamble it, you know, and try and see what happens. Yeah. I had to talk about it today because I wanted to memorialize it. Whether it comes back or not, it was interesting. And I had a good run. It was like less than a year I was on there, really, like posting, but I had a fun time.
That chocolate's so fucking good.
Mally's. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Mally's chocolates. MALLEYS. Pretzel Enormous. It's the best one, but there's lots of options. Okay. Let's do word of the day. Yeah. What are you, sleeping? Are you?
No, I'm not sleeping. I just got.
Sandman came in your eye again?
Something's in my eye again.
Oh my god. Sandman, dude.
Yeah, let's do word of the day.
I love that we're matching.
Yeah, nice.
We just have so many clothes in our closets that are complimentary.
She secretly buys me all the same color clothes as her, so we can always do this.
No, I don't. These are old clothes.
This is a gift, actually.
From like last year, we've had these clothes. They just happen to match, and I am sticking with my guns. This is our copyright. This is our thing.
Looks like we're wearing purple.
It is. It's like a grayish purple. Blurple? No, that's.
I like this shirt. It's Vori. It's nice.
Vori
and soft.
again. Ooh.
Ooh, Vori.
Vori and Madewell pants.
Yep.
Right?
Madewell.
Mine are Skims, and pretty sure this is from Shein, so I'm not gonna advertise that. But
You just did.
Damn it! All right.
Free until it's not free, Shein.
No, honestly, don't buy from Shein.
It's not COVID anymore.
My whole episode today is on saving the kids, and Shein is not about saving kids. So we are not about buying from Shein.
They're about like
child labor and
child
making them
labor.
yeah, poisoning them with their chemicals and stuff in their factories.
Oh no! Oh yeah, I remember you showing.
That's not what we want. So
it was like hush hush, nothing happened.
Yeah, it's still happening. I mean, you can watch. There's documentaries about it. If we really want to watch them, we can report back. That's a different episode. But okay, word of the day. I'm just doing it from the from my phone today. I don't have time.
Let someone
for that
else
shit.
pick it.
Yep, but maybe next week we'll do. I'll plan ahead, and maybe next week we'll do dictionary. But I'll actually look ahead of time, not
There
just do like a
and bookmark the page.
Yeah. All right. So word of the day, according to Merriam-Webster, I actually am choosing yesterday's word of the day, to be honest, because I think it's better. Today's was minuscule. I mean, that means very small. If you don't know what that means, I'm sorry, but now you do.
What was yesterday's?
Yesterday's was, oh, hold on a second. I got to pull it back up. Stop. Oh, all I had to do was go to the left. You're going to need to put your phone on silent. We're in the middle of work.
Yeah, it is on silent.
Ryan's in this group chat for meme coins. Get out of the... Get out.
Get out?
For right now. Focus.
I am out.
Focus. Word of the day.
I'm focused. Yeah, apprehension. Oh, that's the same thing.
Do you know what that means?
It's hard to describe because I'm dumb.
All right, well, we're going to describe it.
But
because
yes.
I just think it's pretty relevant to the times. So apprehension most often refers to the fear that something bad or unpleasant is going to happen. So it's a feeling of being worried about the future. So apprehension is growing about, or was growing about TikTok, and now has
been resolved.
Been come to fruition.
Come to fruition. There you go.
There you go. And also, side note, CapCut's also gone. So if you edited any of your videos in CapCut, you cannot get those back. I should have downloaded mine, but fuck. Anyways. So, yep. There's a growing apprehension that next quarter's profits will be lower than expected.
Oh,
that's the feeling of a lot of TikTokers right now. Their next quarter's profits are probably going to be down. I was just...
Not to be confused with apprehended.
Yeah. Right.
All right, dumb dad joke.
Okay. Anywho, word of the day, apprehension. Thanks for playing. Hope you learned something.
Thanks for playing.
No,
playing word of the day. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey.
I need to take a sip of wine.
It's right there.
And then we can get into this episode for the day.
All right.
Episode of the week, I mean.
Episode of the week.
Yeah. It's week, I want to say 17.
Oh, wow. Oh, my. Oh, me. Oh, my.
We're getting there, babe. I just want to also note that we skipped week 13. Week 13 was like the Christmas card. But I also told Ryan it's kind of like a superstition thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's no floor 13, unlucky. So we're not doing an episode 13. We skipped over it.
You
so
don't do floor 13.
If you noticed that, that's why. Anyways. Okay, hold on.
Ooh, a secret Easter egg to our channel.
Yeah, I just figured I'd give that little Easter egg. Not that anyone cares or looks or anything. You know, if someone was curious.
If someone was curious, yeah, then they're gonna take note. Maybe they'll leave it in the comments. Wink, wink.
On the bed.
I'm not gonna get chocolate stains on the bed. That's why I broke it on the wrapper.
Okay, but there's a little crumb there.
I see. Yeah, on the wrapper.
Okay, I don't have my glasses on right now, so
do you need them on?
We're gonna find out. It's not that I cannot read without them. It's just that it's harder for me. So when I'm trying to read notes, which I have quite a few of today, it might be a little bit more difficult. And so if I start stumbling over my words, it's probably why. But I'm gonna set this wine down so I can talk a little bit more. Licking your fingers over here.
Sorry. It's just so good.
So good. So good. If people don't try this chocolate by the end of the episode, I'm gonna be pissed. It's so good.
It's the best.
It really
chocolate.
is. I'm really trying to help people out here. Okay, so oh wait, you good?
Sorry, I'm choking on my wine.
You ready for this?
Yep.
All right, so this past couple weeks, I've been balls deep in my Harvard studies here, and I've learned a lot, really. I have,
Related to
early childhood development.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should say that. Yeah, I'm sorry. For those of you who have not tuned into the previous episode, I have been studying early childhood development and then global implementation. So essentially, it's just been a lot of learning about how to help kids learn and grow to be better humans and then help make the world a better place. Really, that's really what it is in a nutshell. And there's all different things that are happening all over the world and different implementations that are being done, and I'll get into that more. But my goal for this previous week was to come up with an implementation, which is basically just like some sort of way, a plan of our policy or some sort of idea to help the early child development stages flourish or improve as a collective. So they want people to come up with different ideas or ways that they can help maybe go out and try to make a change. And there's different sectors. I have focused on one in specific, which again I'll talk about in a minute. But the goal of the week was to really hone in on what you were here for, like what your purpose was or what you cared about and what you really wanted to do with the studies, like what you wanted to do with early child development studies, and what your goal was to, I guess, go out there and share it with everyone. And so like I put in my previous reflection for the week before, I wanted to share this through the podcast because a way of implementing some of the stuff is through the media, right? And so this is something that I can help share with other individuals, other parents, caregivers, you know, and hopefully the message gets across, or I can help build a community of people that maybe agree or see similar views as I, and then they can help me on my journey or my path to help make a change. So that's my whole goal of sharing all of this. But I also wanted to take this episode to kind of build out my implementation, or like my idea, and make it make sense in my head, because I've written things down, and as I've gotten further into the class, I think been able to like flourish out, or like make the idea bigger, or make it make more sense. But there's a lot of integral things or working pieces, right? To what's happening. Like it's not just like a one girl show who's just gonna like go out there and just like change the world. You got to have like government and funding and all types of like dosage and studies and all types of things, right? So this is the very, very beginning, and I just want to talk it out, and you guys are going to be here along for the ride. And eventually, like literally my goal is like to be on Capitol Hill. Like I want to be like, I told Ryan I want to write a letter to the president and like work on policy reform somehow, but not like, I don't want to be like the person who's like in the White House. I just want to help fund it, help talk about it on my show, help grow a group of people, like, you know, that I can help influence, or, you know, share my wealth of knowledge, and then interview other people eventually that are more versed on this than I am. And then hopefully once I have that internet YouTube money, I can help fund some of these projects and go. And I mean, my goal is to focus on the United States. But
that's where we are.
That's where we are. But at the end of the day, after going through some of these case studies that I've been working through, I mean, it makes me just want
to move countries.
I'm like, trying to jump ship, and
we're
not yet, but I'm like,
not never.
I'm like on hands giving hope.
Yeah, she's gonna become my dad, be a missionary for childhood development.
I'm on a ministry mission right now. It would be cool. I mean, like, I just on a side note, I really do think I've been doing this and working so hard at this, kind of like and then reflecting back and being like, what am I working so hard on doing this for? Like, I'm stressing myself out of this school. I'm not doing this for any reason.
You wanted to learn about the subject.
Right. But at the end of the day, it kind of has put everything, it's tied everything together for me because I've always wanted to help others and I love my kids and I knew that I wanted to do something big, right? But I never really knew like how I was gonna like make a change besides like helping people buy stuff on the internet. Like that's different. Like, influencing is one thing, but like I wanted to be like if I'm gonna call myself an influencer, I want to influence change. Like I want to make people better, right? And if I'm gonna make all this money from the internet, I don't want people to think like I'm doing it just to like do it, right? I want to give back. I want to help. I want to like do stuff with it, right? So this really helped me kind of tie it all together, and I'm very passionate about this, and it's something I'm so interested in, and like no one's forcing me to do this. Like this is something that I just wake up and want to go do, and so that's my whole why. But back to teaching. So I really just wanted to start with defining early childhood development one more time, and that's because I think it's important to kind of understand like the foundation of like I guess the goal, right? Or what, or understand like what the hell I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So they're basically defining in this class early childhood development as the progressive attainment of motor, social, emotional, cognitive, language, all those things, okay? But then also our biology and our genes and our genetics, right? Generations of, you know, parenting that's happened, right, throughout history. So they're saying that all these things put together are going to be, if done right, building blocks for the future human capital. And I can define what human capital is, but basically it's just enabling us to...
Kind of sounds bad.
It sounds bad, but it's really like the human capital is like the growth of like the world, right? Like you want smarter, free thinking individuals that are innovative and creating and helping society, right? And that are happy, not depressed, mean, murderers, all the above, right? So we want to raise these next generation to be the best individuals possible, and so you want to like put capital into the like this next generation so that like we can become better, right? So the World Health Organization and UNICEF put forward this nurturing care framework in 2018, and the framework describes basically what they believe all children need to thrive. There's also,
so they came up with the criteria that,
right, and they're also saying that the early development begins at conception, right, and it continues through around age 8. Not saying that you should stop investing in your kids after age 8, right? But these are like the most crucial times of a child's life, right? So they came up with this framework to help all children thrive, hopefully throughout those early development years. And so there is a certain list or things that they came up with that they felt like were important in order for this, you know, for a child to develop properly. And that included health, nutrition, responsive caregiving, security, safety, and opportunities for learning. And then tied into that,
sounds pretty good,
right, was the hope to alleviate exposure to toxic stress. And they defined toxic stress as adverse experiences that are unbuffered by supportive relationships, such as a child who was physically abused or neglected or doesn't have supportive adult relationships. So this could be like depressed parents that are absent, parents that are in a stressful situation because of, for example, like refugees, Syrian, refugees they have, or people in the Middle East going through like all these different scary situations, the parents aren't able to even focus on being a proper parent because they're just in like fight or flight, trying to just protect the family and save themselves, survival mode type thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that also is very it affects the kids, right? So that's something that I really wanted to focus on because I think it's crucial, or particularly crucial in development, the toxic stresses, and it can have short and long-term effects on physical and mental health of a child, right? So neuroscience has taught us a lot about like the child's brain development, obviously, and what we need to do to help the mental of the kid, not so much the motor skills and the IQ, but like the EQ, like the emotional skills of a child. I think that's been something that they've been studying a lot more to try to implement into the early childhood development sphere.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't always so much studied. It was always a lot of times learning based instead of play based or emotional based, or talking about feelings, or having check-ins with therapists, and all these things were not necessarily always considered previously. So neuroscience has taught us a lot about tools that we can now use to help with these interventions, or even the brain imaging and being able to see the things that the brain can do at such an early age, right? It's taught us a lot on what we can do between conception and even like 1 to help kids have a better start, right? Instead of them just laying there and looking at the ceiling.
Yeah, eating and sleeping.
Right. So I hope that makes sense. But also, also what they wanted to emphasize was that it's not enough for us to consider only what inputs a child needs, right? Because early childhood development is only successful with the help of caregivers and adults, right? So it's not only important that we consider what we need to help a child develop, but also to ensure that the environments around them are successful. So that means that the caregivers need to be equipped with the proper tools and knowledge as well. So they need to have proper health, nutrition. They need to make sure that they're mentally stable, well, that they know how to handle certain situations, right? Or manage their feelings and emotions. And then also help these children grow into successful individuals and not be harming them in any way, right? So that's important that we focus on not only the kids, but the adults are having some sort of training or education, and there's funding going towards the teaching of the adults as well. There's programs that are implemented to help the adults and the parents, right? That is something that I think here in America that we are lacking on tremendously. Do you agree? Like,
I don't know. I don't know much about.
So like for exactly, I mean, well, here's my example. Like when you go to be a parent here in America, like what training, like is there anything, and when you go to the hospital, like what do they give you as far as like how to raise a baby? Do you remember?
No. But they told us like something or other.
We signed up for courses. There was optional courses to the hospital for.
Well, that was before birth.
Right? And that was basically like a prenatal course. It was a couple hours, right? And then we personally hired a doula, and she helped us through birthing. But that wasn't like she was really teaching. She helped us a little bit with nursing and breastfeeding.
It's just I kind of heard from like everyone around, like you and your mom, my mom.
You're asking
like
your parents,
just
which again, no offense to our
people
parents,
around,
but
and
that's
what they would do and how they would do things.
Right.
And that's about it.
Right, and that's my point. Like a lot of the things that are learned for how to raise a child are through generational parenting, how you were raised, or how your parents tell you how to raise your kids. And I'm not saying that all that is bad information. That's cultural, that's society, that's like how human nature has always progressed, right? We always learn from our elders. However, I think what's happened over the years with the internet and studies of, again, neuroscience and all these different
they came up with the best way to raise
psychologists.
kids.
Not the best way. I don't think there's a best way,
yeah.
but I think there is better ways to help support parents or give them information that maybe they did not know about.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, or don't even know where to search or begin their search for. Like when I was starting off being a parent, like, and I wanted to be a good mom, like, where do you begin? How to be a good mom? Like, you search on Instagram, good mom parenting techniques, like, and then you go from there. But like, then you have like an influx of different information and people telling you, I mean, you can go on TikTok or Reels and every mom's telling you different shit, and this is bad for you, and this is bad for you, and this is bad for you, and don't do this, and don't say this, and don't do that. And then you're all fucking confused. You're like, I don't even know. And like, and then you're searching and you're hoping to find, if you're a good parent, you're reading books, you're trying to like get this information from other resources, and then just a lot of compiling on your own, and still then you feel kind of lost, right? So wouldn't it be nice to have some of these educational resources just available to you, and then are drafted by professionals, right? And you can still take what you want from it, but there are pamphlets at the doctor's offices, at the hospitals, at anywhere
like
you go. There should be apps, tips, tricks, text messages, like different videos being sent out, you know, different things to help parents, like just very easily, and not done by like WebMD doctors or TikTok doctors, or you know what I mean? YouTubers. Like, it needs to be done by, in my opinion, like accredited sources, at least, or overseen by some sort of
government.
Not even government, but like a division program. Something. There needs to be some checks and balances, you know, because everyone can't be right. And I'm not saying that there can't be alternate.
Well, I know, but with that same logic, like, maybe those people aren't
right. 100%. But there are studies that are done. There are a lot of
like there has to be competition out there in the market.
Definitely, but there's people out there that have been working at this for decades. Some decades, some even the past 5-10 years, and been doing these different now studies, and have been able to prove through pockets of different, you know, case studies that I've been reading, that there's been certain things that are working and certain things that are maybe can be improved or whatever. So let's start there. And then we can grow and build and learn as a collective and get better. Right. So that's really my goal, and my implementation, just to kind of lead into that, was to try to find not even like a structured curriculum, but some sort of like class that can be taught by multiple different sectors. It can even be taught by moms that are maybe have a certain accreditation, right?
Certain amount of kids,
certain amount of not kids, but certain like classes they've taken that are structured, that they've learned, and now they can build a business, right? So we can help other moms start businesses and create their own whatever they want to call it. I don't know if it'd be a nonprofit or whatever. I'd have to think about this out loud. But a course that they can create to help moms. They can have a little center or groups, or they can have an online thing that they do. They can help teach others these things, but they have to have certain guidelines that they're following. Almost like a teacher has certain curriculum that they need to follow for the year, you know, these moms, if they're going to be teaching, and there would be different age groups that you'd teach, you know, conception to 1 or 2 to 5 or whatever the case may be, but they'd be specialized in these certain age groups. And then they would be able to not only check in with these groups of mothers that they've now connected with or are now partnering with in the communities, but they can like help like spread the word, right? They're checking in with these moms. They can go into their homes and help them. They can help them in a various ways. You know, it could become like little communities within themselves. It doesn't always have to just be like the hospitals and the doctors that are doing this. That could just be like a good jump off, is the hospitals is giving that information. And I also thought, you know, well, why are at these doctor's appointments that we're going to, you know, when we're taking our kids to the doctors, again, I love you. Men don't really do a lot of the doctor's appointments, but when they're doing these when I'm going to the doctor's appointments with the kids, they're having me fill out these forms, and they're having me do these checklists of like, is your baby hitting these certain motor skills? Are they able to say 5 words? Are they able to write? Are they able to, do they laugh? Are, you know, they're making sure that they have certain cognitive skills, motor skills, so they're not behind, making sure they don't have like mental issues or whatever, or disabilities or whatever. But they're not really asking like the parents, are you good? How are you doing? Are you sad?
Yeah.
Have you been laughing at all? How are you feeling? And then on top of that, how is your kid feeling? There's a lot of emotional things that kids might be feeling that they want to express, that they could be talked about during those appointments. And it's like a safe space, or they have the right tools to ask the right prompts to the parents and the kids together in a room to get maybe some questions answered, or things they can do a further analysis on maybe if there needs to be more intervention done. If the kid does have a disability, or if the family does need a little bit more help on different tools to help their kids progress at home, because it happens at home.
The intervention.
Intervention's the word, but
they're gonna make these people.
No, intervention's the word, but it's more of just helpful offering these people tools, and it has to be, again, something that parents are on board to do. And that's why in America I think it's very hard, because in certain countries you have more of a communal, everyone's on board to help each other, everyone's kind of more on board to learn and grow as a collective, right? And then Americans are more like, fuck you, divided. You don't know shit, I know shit, my mom taught me this and I'm better, and blah blah blah. But I think we're growing. I do think as a group of humans, we are growing to kind of listen to what other people have to say, right? We're all listening to a bunch of opinions, too many.
Yeah.
So if you can listen to the right ones, if we can get the right message out there and kind of like get rid of all the bullshit, then we can help people, because we can have educational programs and different shows and different things that people can watch and tune into, and they can be fun and informative. You know, I'm not here to bore you. I want to help you, but I'm not here to bore you. I want to teach you. But I don't think it needs to be boring, dry information where people feel like they're being talked down upon. It needs to be something where everyone's like, let's do this and have fun, and like bring our kids in and we'll all do this together, like a mom's group type thing. Or if it's just like you want to do like parents only and you want to have a venting session, or you bring in a therapist with 5, 10, 15 parents and you have them all do like a workshop, like Socratic seminar type thing, where you like talk through a scenario of like parenting and how to manage it or handle it or whatever. I think if you all as a group start talking through things and start to see how each group handles things, like you might be like, whoa, I would have never handled it that way, or I may never do it that way. But you can kind of, if you have someone leading the class, then you can have them, I guess, like there's structure to it. So if everyone has their opinions, you can still let everyone talk and kind of like build out the class and build out because every community is different. That's another thing, right? Within America, rural, suburban,
a lot of people
urban,
raise their kids with their own
everyone
values.
raises their kids' values just within different regions. So that's why it needs to be tailored per community. So you're going to have a federal level, a state level, and then even a local level of implementation of different things that you might be doing. You know, Californians and like the West Coasters and like all the city kids might be doing different types of check-ins, like social, emotional check-ins, because they're dealing with more higher stressor things or more high stressor things than maybe your kid in Nebraska is dealing with, or middle America, or do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, maybe
but there's different situations that they might be dealing with. Maybe even like they're less likely to see people. They're less likely to have more interactions. So they need more. They need different stuff than what other people are getting. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to tailor that based off of where you're where you're at in the community and what needs that community is looking for. Mm-hmm. And that leads into my next thing, which is like, okay, yes, here in America, we are focused on the Head Start program. It's like a big one where I'll get into this more next week or whenever we talk about this next. But like, we're very focused here in America on the under... what is the word? The
low class.
Low class. Yes, we are very focused on low class and underprivileged.
Underprivileged.
Sorry, that was the word. Underprivileged people and disabled people. Like that is a very big importance, and I agree, no doubt. Those are the ones always that are going to need the most help, right? To help the next, hopefully, generation not have that same situation, right? You need to help them get out of that cycle. However, I was telling Ryan, I don't think that our just because someone's not poor doesn't mean that they don't have issues going on within their nuclear family. Okay, there can be abuse, neglect. Just because you're rich doesn't mean that they're getting the education or the stimulation or any of that, right? They still might have issues, lots of them.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what class you are in.
You wouldn't like exclude them. You'd like open it up.
If you need help, that's another thing. It's hard because we have a lot of private healthcare. We need a better universal healthcare system. Where this would be something that could be accessible to all people no matter what, right? Yes, I guess there's always going to be some people that are probably going to have private. There's always going to be like the private sector, but like it's going to be accessible to everyone, and the message is going to be the same for everyone. It's not going to be like, oh, like the poor people don't get the same help as the rich people. Like if you need to go see a therapist, it's going to be the same stuff that you're talking about with the therapist, whether you're at the shelter talking about it or at your therapist in uptown New York or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Like I just want everyone to get the same accessibility to have or have the same options for care or for tools.
Yeah, tools for raising kids.
Right. Just because I have a lot of money doesn't mean I know how to raise my kid. When I pop out a baby, if I'm rich, even if you have a nanny, you have to hope that you have a good nanny that teaches you the right stuff and that caregiver was taught the right stuff and that they're a good caregiver, right? And hopefully you're paying the money to hope for that you're getting that. But then you need to, again, in the home, feel like you have some sort of control on what you think is best. So you should not be always leading on.
It's hard for everybody to go with like, I'm going to go with what the government tells me.
No, that's why my point is you need to be able to use your own brain and then decipher what you think is going to work best for your kids and your family. But they're going to give you various options within, various scenarios of ways to handle it, right? Yeah. That are going to be healthy and beneficial for those families. So my goal is not to give you one way to do it, to give you various ways to think about doing it, but then to it all be positive, not be like, go beat your kid and put him in fucking timeout and tell him to fucking shut the fuck up. Like that, I mean, like that should never be an option, but like, if you search on the internet, I guarantee you're going to find that some person's telling you to do that. Like it's sadly, like it's not the good information out there. And it might even be a joke, but there are plenty of people like that. That's like, that's how we parent. That's how they parent. Right. Mm-hmm. So in America and in other societies, definitely in other societies, we're very progressive here, even though we've got a lot of work to do. So, I don't even know if I want to talk. I don't know. How long have we been recording?
I don't know.
45 minutes?
It's just 45 minutes.
Just 45 minutes. I mean, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
I think I've talked a lot about what I really want to do. I just think that the issue right now, obviously, is cost.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it definitely have to be government subsidized if it's going to be that large of a
It needs to be overseen by a specific portion of the government.
Yeah,
like
it's
can't.
Gotta be if it's gonna be available to every U.S. citizen to do like a
with various
like
subsectors involved.
Scale. Yeah,
medical, educational, government, everyone, local, everyone. There needs to be probably like educators, different speech people, all types. Everyone needs to be involved, and there would need to be so many different curriculums that are developed. But there's models out there, friends, and I want to talk more about these next week that I found just this week, because when I came up with this in my brain,
you were researching all different countries, huh?
Well, right, that was like this
Jamaica
week,
and South Africa,
and Chile, Jordan. So I've been all over the world learning about different
Pakistan
things that they've been implementing and trying to make work, and some have been better than others. But when I started this, Ryan, and I started thinking about this in my brain, I was like, I don't even know where to begin. I didn't even know how I would even begin to start to do something like this, right? I was like, how do you start to do something like this?
Yeah.
And then I started to realize, okay, cool. There's other countries out there that have the groundwork started. And and I'm talking countries like Chile, wealthy countries, right? So it's not even like these are small little countries that it's like, oh, this would only work on a very small scale. I think that if we copied or at least tried to replicate some of these different things that are being done in some of these other countries, and they've modeled some stuff off of us, right? It's all bouncing off ideas off of one another. But if we use some of these other things and implement them into the States, we would be so much further ahead as a society here, and we'd be leaps and bounds ahead, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it almost makes me question if they're doing it on purpose, if they're trying to keep us dumb, if they're trying, they don't want it, because we've been working on this Head Start program. Look it up. It's been around since 1965, and they've not done much to change the program since then. It's gotten better, but it should be amazing. This is the best country in the freaking world, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they don't have a good child,
and we don't have the best early child development out there.
No,
it's so it's sad, it's disheartening, but
people normally just do it through their community. I feel like that's where they get the most information.
Yes, but the problem is, like I said, is right now the information that we're getting is so diluted and it's a mess. It's too much. And there's a lot of great information out there, but that needs to be the information that's streamlined to the media and to the public, not all this other shit. And I think people are just either they're confused or they're lost or they just are overwhelmed. There's too much out there. And even myself, like I said, when I began this journey, it started with one podcast, then it snowballed into books and other podcasts. But even things that I'm listening to, I'm like, sometimes I listen to it, I'm like, but then I'm like, I can take something away. So it's not like everything's end all be all. It's not like, this is the Bible, the way I need to parent now. It's just kind of taking
it's not an enforcement.
No.
It's just
it's a guide.
Yeah.
But if we do it right, like I said, I think that we
probably
can
benefit a lot of families.
Benefit families, and then us as adults. We will be so much better, not only parents, but just humans to each other, because we're gonna consider each other from a different perspective.
Unless you're not a parent, then screw you. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you still are most of the time involved in some child's way in one way or another. You're involved, you're an aunt or an uncle, or you have some sort of family that's younger that you're involved in their life. And if you're not, that's fine. But I still think that you can learn something.
Oh, of course. Probably.
Definitely. I know that, because there's certain things that maybe have happened to you in your past that you can then maybe change for the future if you want to, for yourself. If you don't like the way it was done in the past, then change it. Don't act that way anymore. Don't react that way anymore, or go talk to someone about it if it's bothering you. I've said in my opinion 5,000 times in this episode, but it's just because I want people to understand that this is just it's just my opinion. I'm not trying to force this down your throats, but
no, yeah, I mean, it would just be
I just feel
it would just be a governmental plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just me. Like I said, it's a lot of different things that would have to happen, and it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
But it's all doable. It's
Oh, yeah.
all doable.
It's doable.
And there is so much money out there, and we're spending it in a lot of different ways. And some of them I don't agree with, and we could spend them in better. And so why not focus it towards our children?
Mm-hmm.
Our like literal, again, our human capital.
The next generation.
Yeah, I never defined that.
Merriam-Webster, that bitch.
I'll define it.
Unless you want to keep searching through your notes.
No. I mean, I like to just pull it from there because it's like their definition, but I know what it means, but like I just want to like, so human capital are the skills, knowledge, and experience possessed by an individual or population viewed in terms of their value or cost to an organization or a country. So it's like the value that you're going to give to the country, the capital that you're providing back into the country, right? Like, so the smarter group of individuals that we grow and that we, build, the better our country is going to be. The better our human capital is going to be. So does that make sense now?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Just wanted to, define that so that it really hits the nail on the head. But sinks in. But that is my goal. That is my whole goal of this class. My homework is been not working, so I might fail the class, but I will still finish because I have access to the next module. So I'm gonna keep going even if I don't get graded on my shit. But
you can still pay for a certificate, right?
Yeah, but I'm not paying for anything. I just want to learn. It's free knowledge, and I've put everything into a Google Doc.
If they gave you an F, would they still offer?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm still.
No, I know. I'm just wondering.
Probably not, but who cares?
If they still take the money.
For me, it's just been. It's like I said, it's free knowledge. It's stuff that I haven't had to go on Google and have to search for myself. They're defining everything. They're giving me links. They're giving me different, like I said, case studies and different articles to read. So I put it all into a Google Doc, and I'm going to digest it all as much as I can in that short amount of time that I have, but then I also have it to refer back to, and then hopefully do more episodes on and do further reading on some of these other things that they've been working on that maybe I don't have time to read between the weeks because it's just a lot of reading. It's a lot of reading, but it's been so interesting.
7 or 8
different different case studies. It was so. Oh man, it was nuts though. It had my mind turning. So I'm excited to talk to you about those because I think that those are fun. I'm going to try. So my homework for this past week was to try to talk about further my idea of how I want to build my implementation, but then also kind of use some of the other they call them active ingredients that other countries have been using to bring into my idea. So I'm going to try to take some of those things that I found that were really cool from the other countries and then use them to tailor mine. That's my next step.
Yeah.
So I could be here. When I go to Congress, when I go
just an amalgamation of
look, this is what this is doing. Let's just do this.
You gotta check my calendar when
Call
we're going to Congress.
Oh boy, I'm excited. I want to buy a house in Jamaica, so I need to make money. We need to help Jamaicans too. That's my next step.
Help Jamaicans?
Yeah, I really want to be in Jamaica. I found the most perfect property. Don't.
It is nice.
Steal it. It's amazing.
We're not going to tell you which one it is.
I posted it, but they don't have the address, so.
Oh.
Just a picture.
Well, I mean,
you got to put it out in the universe. You got to put it in the
manifestation
is real. God listens.
It might be a while. But
I don't care.
Maybe we'll get it.
Who's buying property that quickly in Jamaica, especially right now?
Check it again.
I'll buy it from the person. If someone buys it, I'll just buy it from them.
Oh,
that's how bad I want this house, babe. Charlotte. So I'm just getting sidetracked, but Charlotte loves the color blue, and I found this house, and it's a blue house. This house is meant to be mine.
I love the blue house.
I need the house, mommy. The blue house. She's on board.
She needs it. So now she's gonna be unhappy until she gets it.
Charlotte wants to be living on for forever vacation. She said. So now I got to get that bread.
Man. Me too. I want to be living.
Me too. I said me too, sister. So we're on a path. We're on a war path. We're on a path to save the world, save the kids, and
save the kids.
Buy 5 houses.
The innocent children.
And help kids.
Yep. Don't fuck kids up.
It's
and
just
maybe
wrong.
get some Mally's chocolate.
Yeah, definitely.
Just maybe.
Thank you for hanging
It
with us
helps
this week.
kids. If you give kids chocolate,
It does. Isn't there like a fundraiser on the bag? No, maybe not.
oh my god, what is that?
Oh no, it's a
It's chocolate
coupon.
on the best
Oh my
part.
god.
I got. There's no stain.
Someone's gonna think we pooped the bed.
Pooped.
All right,
It's Mally's.
we're out of here. Good night.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
So long, farewell. I'll be dancing all night.
What song is that?
I think it's from Sound Music.
I think you made it up.
Okay. Adios. Hey, love you.
Peace.